Mickey McDonald of the UIC Flames, recently drafted by the Oakland Athletics organization. Before we get to that stuff, Mickey, I want to kind of take you back to the beginning, back when you were in high school and deciding where you were going to go to college, what your next step was going to be. Why did you end up choosing to come to UIC?
I knew from my visit here that it was a place where you're going to be forced to compete, not only within your team for a job, a starting job, but also just I knew all the coaches were winning was the priority, and I wanted to go to a place where I can both know I'd have a chance to play and know I'd have a chance to win. And I just felt like that'd be a good fit for me and my personality, and sure enough, it seems like it fit perfectly. So that was kind of the main reason choosing here.
So you had a little bit of an interesting journey. Your first couple years here, you were third baseman, an all-conference third baseman at that, and then you set out the 2016 season with the blood clot. You come back this year as a center fielder. Just take us a little bit through that journey from the injury to the transition and where you are today.
Yeah, well, I was actually a shortstop in high school. Then I came in, and me and Cody were both at shortstop all fall freshman year, where that's kind of where our friendship started. And that fall, I remember just very competitive between me and Cody. We're fighting for a fighting spot. Then eventually I moved to third and got comfortable there. And then the injury happened my junior year, and Tommy Norton came in, and he played a great third base, great player, and they said, your skill set might play better in center field, just give it a shot in the fall. I was just open to it. I knew, just trust the coaches, they know what's best, and went out to center, and sure enough, it felt comfortable, it felt good out there, and glad it all worked out.
What's your fondest memory from your time here at UIC?
Definitely this year, winning the championship with the Horizon League tournament, beating Wright State. Those have always been our rivals since we've been here. And I mean, beating anyone for the championship would have been great. Just made it a little more special. Beating them and getting the dog pile on our home field in front of our home fans, and then also going down to Vanderbilt and winning earlier in the season was pretty special. Knowing their program there is pretty storied. So those two are probably the highlights of the career here.
As you kind of wrap up your collegiate baseball career, what piece of advice would you leave for the guys that are currently in the program here at UIC, and maybe anyone that might be considering it in the future?
Yeah, just hard work pays off. I mean, you look at a guy like David Cronin, came in as a walk-on, probably always overlooked because of his size, and he just hardest working kid on the team, never quit mentality, first one here every day, last one to leave, and sure enough, he gets a chance to go and play pro ball now. So I would just say, no matter how big, tall, whatever you are, just if you work hard, you're going to get opportunities. So just keep working.
What's the draft process been like for you? I'm sure dreamed of becoming a professional baseball player for as long as you've had a bat and a glove. When did that start to set in that this is something that really might happen for me?
Yeah, well, I mean, our coaches did a great job all year focusing on winning and not really worrying about that, and telling us that if we just focus on winning, all that will come along later, and sure enough it did, as we saw yesterday. But as the season winded down after the regional, it kind of started becoming more of a reality, started getting phone calls from teams and stuff like that, and just getting really excited and trying to stay level to it all. Obviously it's tough not to get really excited when you're hearing all that news and stuff, but just trying to stay level through that whole process. So, yeah.
And then what was this week like for you? Were you monitoring every single pick? Were you kind of just waiting until somebody gave you a call and said, hey, we drafted you?
Yeah, kind of like Cody said. I knew a few guys that were going to be going high that I've played with before and stuff like that, so I'd follow along and see when they were going. Just kind of waited for a phone call on day 3, and just sure enough I got one. And then actually the draft tracker thing right before my pick stopped working. So I still, it took me a couple hours after it to even believe that it was real, because it didn't even show up for a while on it. So that was kind of a weird little, memory I'll have forever. So it was fun.
And you're part of a six-player group that was drafted this week. That's the most ever for the UIC program, most ever for any Horizon League team. And a lot of your close friends are part of that group as well. What was that moment like when you all kind of sat back, whether it was last night or this morning, and said, hey, we have a chance to be professional players?
Yeah, just all the hard work paying off. I mean, especially with me, Dave, and Cody, we came in together. We've been roommates all years here. We've always been in the same infield group until I was outfield this year. So we've always just kind of been together no matter where we're at. So I mean, it was just really special to see all the hard work paying off that we went through this year.
And then what have you been told by the athletics organization? What about your next steps in your baseball journey?
All I've got is I'm going to Arizona on Saturday for their mini camp, and then staying there for probably 7-8 days, and then I think going from there. But all I know for sure is going to Arizona right now.
All right, Mickey. Well, thank you very much for your time, and
Thank
good
you.
luck.
Thank you.